Chapter 21. They ran as fast as they could to the town of the east. A worn sign reads Baharada, yet no one is there to greet them. The town is small like Corv, with their biggest building being a church at the northern end. As they follow the empty road, the shops are closed. The inn is completely vacant. Not a single soul roams the streets. Their worry sets in as they ponder. Were we too late? Hotaru thought. Her stomach feels like a sinking pit. She tries to keep a calm mind, relying on the others for hope. Could Robin Hood have already raided the town? Hotaru asked. It's a possibility, Aziza answered, but the grass and buildings are undisturbed. Surely bandits would have left destruction in their wake, unless they are far beyond that of normal ruffians. Then we should find their cave and get to the bottom of this. Her blood boils, her eyes narrow. With us four, it's time to bring the fight to them, she cried, her loud voice echoing in the barren streets. We can't. Remember what Grandma said? Trust me, sis. I want to as well, but they are ruthless and will kill us without a second thought. Maybe before. However, with all of us, they stand no chance this time. Gloom shrouds his face. Usually, Isamu is the first to jump at the thought of injustice. Pimiko's words likely weigh heavier for him. As long as she could remember, Isamu always took Pimiko's advice to heart, and it seems the older he got, the more committed he became. And what happens if you're wrong? I think it's best if we find this black pepper and cut our losses. She lowers her voice. I don't understand, Isamu. How is it you can say all these things when you yourself don't really believe them? Tell me the truth. Why can you throw your life in danger for the greater good? Because I'm not the one destined to bring peace back to the world. She holds her tongue. That is why? Because of his circumstances? Maybe it's not his blood that will save the world, but I can't do it alone. You're stupid to believe that, Isamu. Enough of this nonsense, Fedir cried. We're supposed to be on the same side. No one is throwing their life away. It's the promise we made since we set out from Aliahan, and I plan on keeping it that way. Fedir's right, Aziza added, trying to bring peace to them. As much as I want to protect everyone, you guys are more important. Let's go with Isamu's plan and grab the black pepper. Who is trying to steal my black pepper? A fledgling voice erupted. From the large church, a tan young man in a clean black suit rushes over to them. He has the face of a child, and the suit is too large for his tiny frame. On his face full of pimples and scars, he has a faint mustache growing in. Finally, he carries a strong scent of cologne that he has doused all over his body. He isn't scared, but more worried than anything, and is not concerned about the emptiness of town. Whoever you vandals are, you need to leave. It's my big day and I can't have it ruined. Oh, I hope this doesn't ruin our beloved wedding. In fact, if I manage to clear these ruffians on my own, my sweetheart Tanaya will most likely see me as the man of her dreams. I can already hear it now. My love, Gopal, the way you best these thieves makes me know I made the right choice. He has a goofy grin from ear to ear as he continues to spout obscene words. Like a distant memory, Hotaru's argument with Isamu is forgotten as his strange demeanor has her confused. Who are you? Hotaru asks with a questionable tone. Alright, that's the plan then. He turns back to them, and as he puffs out his chest for a brawl, he stops. His eyes wander until landing onto Fedir. Those vestments, that staff, that rosary. Are you by chance from Romaria? Fedir hesitates as the young man eyes him down like a fan meeting their idol. I've been there before. By the goddess, you arrived. I'm so sorry, father. I should have known better that you would show up with some scary-looking bodyguards by your side. Once I heard of the monsters blocking the sea routes, I thought for sure you would never make it. I prayed every day after my letter was sent, but here you are, though I didn't expect you to be so young. I think you have mistaken me. An elbow from Isamu smacks into Fedir's back, and he goes silent. This may be our ticket to the pepper. Play along, he whispered. Fedir repeats. I think you have mistaken me and the goddess, he claims as he deepens his voice. The others are shocked by his instantaneous transformation. Once I received your letter, the goddess and I were committed to attend your wedding, whether by boat or land. Excellent! Tanaya is going to be so happy to be bonded together by an actual priest. Please come quick, Father. The ceremony is only a few minutes from now. Everyone in town is already seated. Of course your guards can come too. That's where everyone is? Hotaru screamed in her mind. Relief fills her heart, quickly followed by exhaustion. Moments ago she was considering going into the heart of danger, and now she is attending a wedding. Her first one at that. Now she doesn't know what to think of. Are the bandits still close by? How is Fedir going to handle being a priest for a wedding? For a man of the goddess, he sure is quick to lie in order to get what he wants. From how fast those two responded, I could believe this was some elaborate prank they set up. She looks to Aziza in hopes of some clarity, but she is just as on board, standing tall with her hand on the sheath of her blade. Hold a moment, child. Fedir halts for a moment as his mind attempts to conjure a follow-up. Then surely we must discuss the payment of my service. I do not wish for coin, as the goddess and I could never take it from a loving couple. However, I seek this town's famous black pepper, and would like an instant shipment to the city of Ortega. That's an extremely generous trade, Father. Truthfully, I didn't know how I was going to pay for all this. In fact, I'm practically in debt. Just don't tell Tanaya any of this. Well, it's settled then. Let's hurry already. He latches onto Fedir's arm like a mousetrap and drags him to the church. The illusion of his character breaks as he cries out to his allies, yet they simply watch their friend get dragged to the church. Guess we should have checked the buildings before making assumptions, Isamu said. Hotaru nervously chuckles. You know what they say about assumptions. Anyway, sorry for getting out of hand. No worries. It all got sorted out, right? Now we should probably join him before he gets eaten alive by that crowd. Right with you there. Though I wonder who the scary bodyguard he was referring to was. They return to their jolly spirit, leaving Aziza behind. Hotaru takes a quick glance back, and unlike Fedir, she is smiling. As kids, Aziza always enjoyed the banter and shenanigans from the two boys, Hotaru usually playing mediator. From the amount of times Hotaru has seen that childlike smile, Aziza could fill an entire photo album. This just happens to be another memory for her to keep. The bride and groom hold hands, staring lovingly into each other's eyes. Unlike the groom, the bride has smooth skin and a darker complexion. Her dress is covered in colorful jewels, and despite their gleam, her smile shines above all. As the lovebirds stare, Fedir is up on the stand behind a lectern, holding a heavy book of the goddess, covered in sweat and shaking. The book thankfully keeps him planted, but he knows he is way over his head. The church will never approve of this. Please forgive me, goddess. It was Isamu's fault. He pushed this path onto me. No, that's wrong of me. It was I who made the decision. Enough of this. I need to focus. As he looks over to find his friends sitting on the pews at the back of the church. They are discussing something which Fedir tries to zone in on for comfort, like a child looking to their parents in a play. He draws the attention of everyone attending. Their eyes weigh on him like an anvil, and their silence is uncanny. Even the humans on the stained, beautiful glass around the church walls are glaring. He manages to cough and clear his throat, finally finding the words. He has seen many weddings back at home and uses the knowledge to continue. This is no different than acting. Gopal and Tanaya, how lovely it is that I am the one to wed you together this day. Now I need the rings. Even with his shaky speech, they proceed with his orders. A well-dressed man and woman next to the bride and groom present a pair of rings. The rings are gold with beautiful gemstones. One is a clear white like the moon on a cloudless sky, while the other is a deep orange like the setting sun reflected off the ocean's waves. These two rings are circles, which means they are infinite when they are together, much like your love for one another. Is this really the best he can come up with? Hotaru asked. Maybe it really was the bartender, but he definitely had me fooled during the introduction. You guys know that he regularly attends plays for the children back at the church at Aliahan, Aziza commented. This is the first time I'm hearing this. Why did he tell you this and not us? Isamu blurted, nearly overpowering Fedir's speech. Does Casanova ring a bell? That's just a joke. Alright, I'll drop it. But now I want to see him actually perform. How didn't they know I performed? I invite them any time we are about to have one. Some friends. I'm sure he would enjoy hearing that from his friends. You should ask him about it. I will, and maybe if there's room I could give him a hand. Yeah, right. You should probably leave the acting to the professionals, Hotaru added as she shook her head. Fedir coughed again, grabbing their distracting attention. Now, without further ado, before these two are bonded together, are there any objections to be had against these two? Loud shuffling from the outside closes in. A foul stench reaches the entrance. A fearsome war cry echoes and the door to the church flies open. I heard enough of this garbage. At the door, a group of bandits charge in, blocking the pews, while at the center is a large masked man. But from the description given by the others, it's safe to say who this is. Robin Hood casually steps towards the three of them, dirtying the beautiful rug with mud. He holds his massive axe in one hand whilst keeping his keen eyes on the scared participants. Listen well, everyone. All you have to do is comply and nobody gets hurt. He reaches the stage and glares at Fedir, pointing his finger that's the size of Fedir's face. You should really be ashamed of yourself. If you had to get a license for that, it should be revoked. No wonder why marriage is going out of style. That trash you were spouting no doubt leads to divorce. Even with his brutal criticism, Fedir holds strong. He remembers the result Hotaru and Isamu had when they encountered him. He has to think of a plan fast. He slowly reaches his hand behind the lectern to gather his steel staff. However, Gopal steps forward to the towering man. You listen here. You either leave or I will kick you out myself. Robin Hood looks confused at the feisty man before grabbing Gopal off the ground by his leg and turning him upside down. Shut it, kid. He pilfers his belongings, holding up the orange ring. Finally. Isamu slams his fist into one of the unsuspecting bandits, sending him shooting to the wall. As the three of them step out, the remaining bandits focus their attention onto them. Your time ends here, Robin Hood. Gopal pushes him as he's distracted by their call, and his hand drops the ring. As it fell to the carpeted ground, the gemstone shatters to pieces. What? It's fake? This ain't no stone, it's glass, he shouted as he stared at what was left of the band. He drops Gopal and snaps around to the group. Who said that? His large eyes from his cutout mask glares at them. Like before, he is covered in a musk of sweat and his clothes are unchanged, including the stains. The only difference is the black bruise on his stomach. Hotaru grits her teeth with her sword ready at her side once their eyes lock. Bah! It's you kids again! He screamed. But how? I checked the wedding reservations and there is no way you kids are locals here. We dropped in to help, Hotaru answered with a hint of confidence. That includes taking out any trash that disturbs the wedding. Acting tough for someone who nearly lost her head. Says you. Once Grandma showed up, you were crying for your life. He flinches, nearly falling over. That crazy bat is your grandma? Pack it up, boys, and let's make like a banana and split. The last thing I want is another whooping from her. Not so fast. Tell us why you're searching for the Sunstone, Fedir ordered, his hands on the staff, conjuring a large fireball at its end. Robin Hood turns back to him, his bright blue eyes nervous. How do you know about that? Don't tell me you're with them. He turns to his posse. They squirm as he stomps towards them. Which one of you bozos said something? This was supposed to be a clean operation, and now we are surrounded on both sides. They remain silent, violently shaking as if braving a blizzard. He rubs his head and sighs. You're all so useless. He takes a shoddy bomb from his underwear and holds it above his head. Listen well, you kids. The Sunstone has no relevance to your quest, so stop sticking your nose in trouble or I will cut it off. Here's hoping I never have to see you again. He throws the bomb down and an explosion of black smoke fills the room. The crowd panics and escapes out through the front. Fedir and the others guide the civilians out safely, and as the smoke clears, the church is empty. Thankfully, no one was injured, but Robin Hood and his gang are nowhere in sight. Everyone is left in silence. So that was Robin Hood. Fedir can now finally understand why Isamu was frightful that night. From his stature and army, he could have easily taken them down. From the look in his eyes and his speech, he didn't seem to want to hurt anyone. Could it be because he was scared Pimiko was around the corner? Or does he not intend to wreak havoc, only disrupting peace to find this sunstone? Fedir tunes back into the world to find the bride reuniting with her dreary groom. Why did you stand up to him? You could have gotten wounded, or worse. I'm sorry, Tanaya. I didn't want him to hurt you, and I was afraid he would ruin the wedding, which I guess he did. She smacks him with tears in her eyes. He holds his swollen cheek, shocked by the stinging pain. I don't care if the wedding is ruined. I love you, and I couldn't bear to lose you over something replaceable like our wedding or the rings. Gopal takes his hand and caresses her smooth face. Even through the pain, he can't help but smile. As their faces get close with love for each other still in their eyes, the crowd watches in awe. She plants a loving kiss on his lips.